Matt Fryer, are you ready to tee it up?
I am indeed, yeah. Have a good game.
I feel like I know you. I've been following you on social media, YouTube for years and years. I'd say nearly 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on the show. For those who are living under a rock, don't know you, what's like the quick version? Who are you? What you do? And where are you based? Because before I hit record, you're all over the place
Yeah.
globally.
So I'm a golf pro, PGA Golf Pro from Warrington, which is in between Manchester and England. Started out wanting to be a player like everyone pretty much, who grows up as an amateur in the game. Got down pretty low, played some tournaments and stuff like that. Didn't quite go to plan. So then I was doing my PGA, working in the pro shop every hour that God sent, not quite enjoying all that. And then ended up getting into coaching. I never really wanted to coach either because my dad's a successful coach, popular coach, been in like today's golfer for 20 years and taught for, I think, 45 years now. And saw how many hours he did it for, and standing out there in the cold, obviously living in England throughout the winter didn't seem that appealing. So yeah, I never thought I would do it. I did it and absolutely loved it. And when my playing wasn't going to plan, seeing my students golf games getting better and better, and seeing them enjoying it and reaping the rewards of all the hard work that they were putting in, and the sort of the processes that we were building together was brilliant. And then got into YouTube because at the time I was good friends with Rick Shields and Pete Finch, and Rick had worked at Trafford where I ended up taking a job after Pete and Rick had left, and Andy Carter was moving to Dubai. I took his job. He suggested me, and it was a way of really just promoting myself as a golf coach, getting into the YouTube stuff, and then from there, really, it's just snowballed, and find myself as a full-time content creator and traveling the world playing golf pretty much for a living, which is a bit mental.
It is a little bit. It's not just YouTube. You do a bit of YouTube. 254,000 subscribers, I think I checked this morning, so I might be slightly above that now.
Yeah.
1,300 videos,
Mm-hmm.
approaching 50 million views.
Yeah.
Or so ChatGPT said it was 50 million views.
Yeah.
120,000 people on Facebook, nearly 30,000 on the Instagram machine. One of the top tier virtual coaches on Skillist.
Yeah.
That's quite the CV you have there. An incredible platform blending golf coaching, content, storytelling. I love the videos you do, visiting courses, helping golfers all over the world through their screens, whether it be TV or mobile. But what is your earliest golfing memory? Was it your dad? Junior competition?
Yeah. I would say, like from remembering golf, my thinking back to my earliest memory of golf. My dad used to work at the driving range, a place called Drive Time in Warrington. Work 6 days a week. I would then go and spend time at the driving range. It was either go to my nan's with my three sisters on a Saturday because my mum would be working, dad would be working. Could either go to the range, and like the lads who worked for my dad at the time, they were like my babysitters essentially, and I'd just go down to the range and just sort of whack balls. That was probably when I was around about 10 or 11. I actually didn't start playing until I was 16 because my dad joined me at Warrington Golf Club, which is my home club still. I live relatively close to it, and just had no mates there. Didn't know anyone who played. I thought it was for old people, so I just said, not for me. But yeah, I probably would say earliest memory would be going down to the driving range on the weekend when I was round about that 10 or 11 age and trying to hit a couple of balls and couldn't really do it. But yeah, one summer when I was just approaching 16, we went back down there with a few mates, and that was it then. Hooked.
And when did you first think, right, well, golf isn't just a hobby anymore?
Do you know what? Early on, really, I went back down to the range when I was like 15, in between the last year of school, like the summer holidays in between the last year of school. Went with a few mates because they wanted some free golf balls. So come on, Matt, let's go and get them. Your dad will sort it. Went down, started hitting a few shots, and I was like, ping, ping, like hitting it decent. I think in the first, I literally said to my dad the next day, like, go and get me back in at the golf club. And it was, no, it doesn't really work like that. And I was like, well, you're the man, aren't you, around here? Everyone knows you. Get it sorted. I was in the next day, luckily, like the secretary, Neb at the time, great bloke. He sorted all that out. And like I had my first handicap, which I was disgusted with, was 24. That came down to 18 in like, I think it was in like 5 or 6 weeks. And then from then on, really, like school went out the window and it was just golf. That was it. Like I wanted to be a golfer. I was lucky that there was like a really good group of juniors as well at Warrington at the time, so I could see how they were progressing and what their ambitions were. And I was like, well, I want to be like that as well, really. So I guess it was early on that, and at the time as well, it was like the area of Ernie Els was my first hero in
Same.
golf. Yeah,
Loved him.
Tiger was
Still do.
similar time. Yeah, oh, he's class legend. But I saw Ernie and I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to be like him.
And as a young player, then, did you feel like you had like a natural swing, or did you love the grind of learning techniques, or range rat, as they call it these days?
Yeah, obviously with Dad being at the driving range as well, I probably, like, looking back now, like especially being a coach and seeing how skills are learned, like your skill acquisition and how players, get better. I definitely wish I wouldn't have spent as much time on the range, because I got very much into like trying to build the perfect swing on plane and would hit like thousands and thousands of golf balls. Probably each day I'd be hitting, 1,000 balls, if not more. Be up on we have a practice ground at Warrington that's like a mile away from the clubhouse, but where my old house was, you used to walk through a farmer's field and you would get to the practice ground before you would get to the golf course. So I'd just wander over there and just stand and hit ball after ball after ball after ball, and probably almost like that more than playing, which is, like I say, I wish it would have been different, really.
Bit more playing. It was. We might pick it up in the 19th hole confession at the end of our chat, in which you prefer now play or practice. But you mentioned Ernie Els there as maybe a particular player early on that you enjoyed watching or looking to emulate. Was there any particular moments though that shaped your love for the game early on?
I think it was just that journey of improvement. Like, when you have certain things, I can remember, like I've got like a few vivid memories from being a junior, like getting onto the junior team, getting my first handicap. I remember holding my first wedge shot on the practice ground. And like I had a flip phone back in the day, like this little Samsung thing, like phoning my dad, and he was like in a lesson, like I've just hold a wedge from like 120. He's like, great, do it again. And just things like that. Really, I think it was just that the constant improvement. I didn't play many other, like I was really into like BMX. Randomly, I was really good at fishing. So I used to do a lot of fishing. Didn't do I always did individual sports. Growing up, wasn't like big into football or anything like that. But I think with like golf, it was just that persistence of just like, I need to get better. I need to do this and that. As soon as that bug caught, it was, well, I'm not going to stop, like A, till I get to scratch, and then B, till I turn pro, and then I'm going to be on tour.
So very, very motivated. Obviously, your dad, Adrian, right? Adrian
Fire? Yeah.
PGA fellow, incredible coach in his own right. What was it like learning the game from him?
I didn't.
Up until you didn't.
No, we used
to. He was a golf coach for a while.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, the time I took it up, I was 16 years old. I obviously knew better than him, who had coached for 30 years at that point. I had far more intellect and knowledge on the golf swing, or I was just a moody teenager. So we used to bicker like you wouldn't believe. Like there'd be times where I'd storm off the practice ground. He'd say, right, do this. And I'd go, what do you know? What F and Jeff? And we'd be, and he'd, be back at me. And he sort of, as well, I think, as well as when we started, he was that busy. He would be doing 71 hour lessons a week, my dad. Jeez. He'd be like 8 in the morning till 8 at night, come home, and at that point, obviously, he's not going to come out with me and help me, because he's then got my 3 sisters and stuff. So he had my first coach was a guy called Alec Roberts, who was a Scottish guy, great bloke, psychopath. But he just kept me on the straight and narrow, basically. And he was my first coach. Then Alec ended up moving away. And then I got another coach after that, John Haynes, who's from Blackburn again, who worked for my dad. And then it was round about when I was about 20, probably about 2021 again. John had left to take another like coaching job, and that's when I started seeing my dad for lessons. Then really, he did help me in and out of things, but it was never really a full like father and son coaching relationship. And you know, we were going through a rough time at that point of my life. It was, you know, more to do with me and some other things. So yeah, it wasn't really till about 21 where, you know, he coached me then for up until I sacked him last year.
Was it about that time you were pro then at 21, or was it maybe a bit after?
No, I turned pro when I was 26, 27, I think it was. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I went to
4 years at playing professional.
Roughly, yeah. I was working in the shop as well at the same time, so I went and worked at May. I think I got the job in 2009. I was still an amateur at that point and playing in some amateur stuff. There was a good other three lads who were actually really good amateurs as well, who were members. So we used to play like the Brabazon and things like that, and all travel together. And then it was like, well, what am I going to do? I was going to start my PGA, but I wanted to play a little bit. And there was a tour around England at that point, around the north of England, called the 1836 Tour. So I turned pro and started playing that. Did a little bit of Jamaica Tour. Europe Pro was just sort of wrapping up, really. It wasn't as prominent. I think Jamaica was taking over from it, really, at that point. So I was playing those. And yeah, it was about 20. It will have been, it's probably actually a bit earlier, maybe about 20. 24, 25 actually, because I played till I was about 27, and then stopped pretty much playing golf then, and started coaching.
Was there a moment on Jamaica or Europe where you were like, this tour and crack, this might not be for me? Was there a particular moment? I remember I spoke with Mark Murphy. He won the big break at the Irish version.
Yeah.
And he remember like sitting on a dryer somewhere in Somershire in Croatia.
Yeah.
His mother back in Kerry crying down the phone. She's like, just come home, Mark, just come home. So that was his moment. But typical Irish mammy, you know, I'll wash your clothes for you. Don't be doing it yourself. But was there any, mightn't have to be as vulnerable as that, but like, was there any moment you're like, do you know what, this tour and a crack, I'll just pack it in and PGA?
Yeah, realistically, like at the time as well, I was playing. When I was working at May, there was a lot of good golfers there. So Chubby Chandler still had ISM based out of there.
Oh, yes.
So you would see the likes of like Brooks Koepka was knocking around at that point. You know, Brandon Grace, all those guys. And then I was just about to have my daughter as well at about 27. And I was doing like my playing wasn't going well. I was working, you know, 30, 40 hours a week in the shop. Not getting as much time to practice and play as I would like to. Going to these tournaments against people who, you know, are full-time players and not doing anything. So I was like, I need to make some money here. Like I'll probably just do the coaching thing. I'll just try that. And I was helping a few people out, and they were excelling. My golf was going down, and I was getting more joy from them improving than I was me actually getting out to play. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do this, because I'm not good enough to, you know, get on tour. It would have been nice, but hey ho.
It's not even the top percent anymore. It's the top like 0.1% of people.
Scary how good they are.
That level these days. But it's the margins. People be asking me, because I've a few whatever Challenge Tour players on, obviously the Irish guys I get on, and they're like, you know, why isn't that person on the European Tour? And I'm like, because the margins are so small. I look at Marco Penge, for example.
Good pal, yeah.
You know,
I think you've got to be quite a selfish person as well. Like even from like our side of things that we do, from the travel aspect, like there, we're going to Pinehurst. We've just been away somewhere. I can't remember where we even were.
Turnberry.
Turnberry, yeah, was somewhere 2 weeks before that. And it is, even though we have the staff with us and you have dinner with them and we will do things, you go back to your hotel room and it's just you and you've left your family at home. It's almost like a young lad's game that doesn't have any connection or ties. And like you can see what it used to be like. It's obviously got a lot more professional, the tour now, hasn't it? Everyone's in the gym afterwards instead of going to the pub. But it is a lonely place sometimes.
Just watched a clip before you joined. I literally watched a clip. Shane Lowry doing box jumps after shooting 64 today.
Incredible.
That'll time this podcast, but anyway.
Never seen it from him. But yeah, that's where I think a lot of them don't make it, because that's the cutthroat nature of it. You've got to be able to just sit there and stare at the wall sometimes.
Did your time as a playing professional, like that experience, did that influence your approach when you first started out in coaching and even now in like content creation later on?
A little bit, yeah. I think one thing that it taught me, is how hard the game is. And I think everyone sort of beats themselves up, don't they? Especially when I was talking to them, like when I would be coaching full time, it'd be like, listen, it is a hard game, right? We'd always start, like if I had a new student and they were getting a little bit down on themselves, it was like, how hard do you think this get? Like, do you think it's just going to be one lesson and everything's going to be rosy and you'll be fixed? It was like, this is the hardest game you've chosen to play. Like, you can go and play football, everything else, they're simple. Like, you've got other people backing you up and the ball's massive. This is a proper game. So yeah, I think that really helped me. And then the as I alluded to earlier, a lot of my coaching wasn't very much like scientific based, like we need to produce these numbers. It was like, how do we get the ball in the hole in less shots? So I think a lot of like the course stuff, and I would always like try and get my students out on course and spend a lot of time doing short game with them and like scoring stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have 3 kids, 15, 5 and 2.
Wow.
Like, yeah, the first one scared me. It took a decade to have another one. But like that, it's starting them off like putting the putt mat here in the office, or like ankle to ankle shots, and like it's easy to win. Like they're trying to put the ball into a massive bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all fun. But when did you first pick up a camera and we think, I actually think I can help golfers this way?
So the channel, I actually got the message, was it yesterday or the day before? The channel has been for 11 years now. For the first 3 years, though, we didn't really do a lot. Like sort of like at that point, that was when Rick left he left Marin. I think it was 2010 it would have been, and he was just starting out then. So I saw what it was then. I was watching YouTube before that anyway, so I was really into YouTube before getting the channel, and I was still trying to play at that point. So I was like, oh, I'll do that, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So I put the odd bit here and there. It'd be like one video, then we'd go 6 months, there'd be nothing on. But I guess it was when sort of my playing stopped, and it was like, well, this is a way to put my name out there. Especially when I moved to Trafford, I would say that was when I really got serious about YouTube. I was still, well, probably 2 years before that, when I was at Davenport, Stockport. I did quite a lot of things. It was like that was when I'd started my PGA. I'm going to be a coach, and I need to get some lessons out there, get my name out, and that's when it really came from that.
Deadly. You're known for being both informative and entertaining. So what's your process behind a great video?
Depends really. If it's like the coach, we've evolved really, because I only coach on Skillis nowadays. So like back in the day, it was here's a problem. This is why your problem's happening. Here's the solution. Give it a go, and then just add my own flavour of like my own personality on it, I guess. But those were my stages for the coaching stuff. I think there's a lot of people or there was a lot of videos out there that were just waffling. It was like, well, what are you actually getting from this? The process was always like, right, give them something that they can take away from this, like a little nugget. They're going to, come back for another one. There you go. You might get a lesson from them. Nowadays, it's we're looking to tell stories really, and or expose or showcase properties or courses or people. So it's finding that what's the story behind each video. We started probably a year ago, and we're still working on it now. In fact, it will have been 2 years ago. Like actually trying to script videos and like having an intention for them. A lot of the videos we did before that, and they were good videos, and I had an idea. I'd sort of write the idea down as like, I want to do X or whatever it may be, and I'd wing it from there, as where we have like the start, middle, the end. What's the hook for it? And I guess it's just finding that interesting story, isn't it? And I think it's what a lot of we try and look at stories or things that golfers talk about. So when you're in the clubhouse with your mates afterwards, or you're out playing, or you're at the pub, what's that question that, what do you think would happen here? Or what do you like what would you shoot at an open venue? Like, oh, I don't know. What, like if we brought Rory to our golf course? Yeah, literally. What would Rory shoot around your local course and things like that? So it's just, it's trying to find that interesting story really, and then put my personal sort of personality on there.
Absolutely. So like when you were saying there about, like a template and like script out your video, I'm assuming you watch a bit of Colin and Zamir on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been watching them when they were making skateboards.
Yeah. But I only clocked maybe a month ago that they also have like a second channel.
Yeah.
Where they help creators with their structure and the hook and the second hook and the flow and this amount of info for a good video, this amount of info to get people to click to the video in the first place. So that's the title, thumbnail, but no clickbait. But like the minute you click, you've got to like validate you're going to give them what they click for. But then like the next 26 seconds is so vital for the YouTube algorithm. I was in YouTube HQ the other day. Like,
saw that.
It's so vital. It's so vital, so that you, Matt Fryer, get the full watch, like as much watch time as possible. And like as you're there, a lot of it now hinges on the story and what the viewer is going to see in this video. Almost like how podcasts, I think Dive CEO does it very well. Wouldn't you imagine? Like they show like almost like a clip reel for the first 7 seconds of all the really class parts of what the show is. So it's really turned into quite an analytical prep for the videos you're putting out.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of a shame in it. I think now there is a lot of people in it doing it, and it's maybe getting a little bit oversaturated, and almost like the sort of artistry of it going a little bit. It feels like sometimes, and there's like, like, oh, we need to make everything perfect for this, and it's like, oh, well, do you actually want to do that? No, but it's going to get a great video, and you're like, okay, right. As where if you look at some videos that don't succeed, they're actually a million times better. You think, oh, it's a great story. Like we look at ours sometimes and think, right, well, did it, like our motto is to help and entertain every golfer, and you'll look at a video and go, oh, well, maybe the views weren't there, but there's a couple of comments there that's, I can see that it's changed for them and something's gone on. So hopefully they come back again and it adds to the next one. But yeah, it's a strange playing ground.
It can be. Like I was inside in Google HQ, and it was for like trying to get people who create content already or are thinking about creating content in the sports area in Ireland. Apparently this is already happening. This type of little sessions or conventions or whatever they call them in the UK. But it's like, if you think it's saturated, you're wrong. Was like their mantra for people like, oh, but there's loads of people already doing that. There was runners in the room. There was ex-rugby. Ian Madigan was behind me. So,
oh, wow.
International rugby player.
Yeah.
A couple Irish female rugby players. And they were like, no, sure, there's loads of people already doing that.
Mm.
But like, no, it's your personality people will keep coming back for.
Yeah.
That's so like when you say I put my own twist in it, that's why you've 254,000 subscribers there, is because they're coming back for you. Like I watch Max Tuning, fitness guy from
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
States, Texas. And like I come back every Sunday because I think he's good crack.
Yeah.
I don't care what the video could be like. It's 20 minutes, might be background, but I'm like, I think he's gas.
Yeah.
Like the videos are like him day in the life of what he's doing, working, gym, whatever. Same video every Sunday, he says. But like you can come back and watch it for the person.
Mm.
But yeah, in terms of what's one piece of equipment in tech or tech that's changed how you coach, but maybe more so changed how you create content these days?
Oh, how we create content. Drones are like, you have to have your drone obviously for all the core stuff, don't you? That's nuts. The AI obviously helps with things, how we the
Prep.
story, but
This
yeah,
whole interview was ChatGPT to every single question, and I just
yeah,
is that suitable?
yeah, we go through that with like thumbnails and things like that, really. But I don't know, really, tech wise, what's changed it? We're looking at those AI glasses at the moment. Not AI,
Oh yeah,
like Meta
the
glasses.
meta classes or
Yeah,
or
just
the
see
Ophia ones or whatever. Yeah,
what we can do with those. It'd be quite interesting, especially from a golfing standpoint, because it's like what I see, because the camera's always pointing at me instead of pointing out. So we're looking at how that will integrate at the moment, just to try and
yeah.
switch it up a little bit, which would be quite interesting.
I think it'd be fantastic from a coaching perspective. Now to mention it, because like
Mm,
Christopher is 15, my son, he's got autism, right? So
yeah,
when you tell someone who's maybe on the spectrum somewhere, let's just say practicing shipping. So even if you say, stand behind the ball,
yeah,
like where's behind?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Someone's
yeah,
perspective of where's behind the ball, or just put it to the right of your right foot for like a low chip. Well, where's
yeah,
that? So I just think when you said there about the glasses, like if you have that shot on video,
mm,
well, there it is. That's exactly where you put it.
yeah,
You
exactly,
know.
like player
So
cam
yeah,
almost, isn't it?
super.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
the other thing actually is Skillist, like for how big the audience grew to, is
100%. Yeah.
being able to. I remember when I started my PGA, it didn't even exist then. There was a little, I think Coach Now was doing it a bit, but trying to get like a lesson from someone who was, even like when I was away, it'd be like you'd be trying to FaceTime, or you'd be sending a grainy video to a coach or something, as where now it's, the teaching people all over the world in like 4K, and
4K baby. Yeah.
being able
4K.
to do it, within a 45-minute turnaround, which is insane, really.
Have you ever filmed something that didn't go to plan? What did you learn from it? Be it a skilless lesson or be it a full production of Turnberry.
We've had a few, and like we've had a couple that didn't go out, just because we got back and we're like, that is just not what we envisioned it to be. It wasn't planned properly. It wasn't. We didn't sort of know what we were going in. I think we've only done it maybe 3 or 4 times, in the space of 10 years. And I guess I think for us, it's always like, right, we need to have every piece in place as we go into a shoot, knowing exactly what we want to do, so we don't walk off and going like, oh, that was just a bit like, meh. We should have done. Looking back on that, I wish I would have known about X, or we should have had some more information on this, or I think it's like anything, isn't it? Like, plan it properly. You're going to have all the information you need. You're not going to leave any stone unturned, and you've got all the bits you need then to come back and piece it all together. And if you needed any extra little bits, I'm sure it can be done afterwards. But as long as you're prepared for a every outcome, you're going to pretty much have the best chance of making the best video, really.
Absolutely. Do you ever look at other other YouTube channels? Be it might be other sports, like outside of the golf stream
Mm.
on YouTube or on social media. Do you ever look at like running or, other sports and go, they're really good videos or really like well done storylines on describing that place or that marathon or whatever,
Yeah.
that drill in rugby or whatever. Do you ever look at that and then try and bring it back and replicate the golf version?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, go outside the niche, definitely. I don't watch as much YouTube as I used to, partially because I've got a toddler now who just keeps me busy non-stop.
Talk to
But
me.
yeah, definitely. I not as much sports. I would watch maybe a bit of NBA, things like that. But I watched a lot from like tech sort of things. So when we were doing like product reviews before we stopped doing those, I would get a lot of inspiration from like your Marcus Brownlees, your Unbox Therapy, and things like that, and also like car shows as well, um,
Yeah.
and get like a framework of, okay, well, this is, you could almost write them down. I used to set myself like a task of doing like 5 studies a week, watch 5 videos and say, right, can I break down the segments without looking at whether it was like if they had chapters on things like that, I'd be like, okay, there it is, and sort of I know what's coming next, and boom, there you go. Which like definitely when we would then produce the tech videos, it was like, again, is that question you asked earlier, like, oh, was there any that you've walked away from thinking, oh, we would do some and go, oh, we miss like doing the durability of the golf ball and the videos. Oh, I should have done that as well. Literally, when we were doing those, we just had this blueprint. It was like, okay, well, product, whatever it may be, new driver, put it in the blueprint. There you go, job done. Film it. We know what's going to happen. Done. Easy.
For PGA professionals, like why should PGA professionals start or even go all in on social media? I'm not saying, go like YouTube. Can be time consuming, it cannot. But you've built a really strong online brand that's helped you reach golfers all over the world. So why should PGA golfers embrace social media instead of maybe fearing it?
It's like you say, number one, it's all over the world, isn't it? And with the age that we live in and the tech that is available now, that the days of standing, as a club pro, and expecting that all your lessons are going to come from the membership or just walking in off the high street, that isn't going to happen. So I think it's a great way for casting your fishnet out there and bringing in some new students, and as well as you're doing it, I think it helps you with like your presentation skills. I almost found when I started my YouTube, my coaching got better because of it, because I would be presenting to the camera and I wouldn't be nervous about speaking in to someone if they were stood in front of me, because I've been speaking to that camera for however long. Even when I can remember when we were doing our PGA, like I was the only one. There might have been one other guy who was doing YouTube at that point, because I started my PGA late, and I was a little bit older as well, but I was so much more confident of speaking in front of people. And I'd done my research, obviously growing up around my dad as well and being around some amazing coaches all my life, and probably not knowing it, but subconsciously you're picking stuff up anyway. I was more willing to, raise my hand and say, well, I think this is the answer, or that's this, and be willing to get into a debate or a conversation about things. And if you're doing that, you put yourself out there and people see your personality, they see what you believe in as a golf coach. That might really work for them. I had students coming because I was a United fan. I'd mentioned it in a video and they're like, oh, right, okay, well, I'm sold now. That's it, done. Yeah, that's sort of like what you were talking about in that chipping video, but you're a United fan. Brilliant. Vice versa, I might have turned off some other fans, but, it's just a great way, I think, of making you push yourself to, be the best you can. And if you're going out there, I think the good thing as well is you can't really just waffle a load of SH1T. You've got to know what you're talking about. So you've had him on your pod, Shane Jenkinson, good friend of mine.
Yeah, Shane,
yeah. So we did our training together, and I met Shane through that. And we'd be back and forth on text about, have you read this book, or have you watched this, or have you seen that? What do you think about that? Have you like learned anything new in your lessons? I think, you look at how good Shane is as a coach now as well. It's proofs in the pudding, isn't it? That you need to be doing it.
100%. I keep on to him as well,
Yeah. I've just actually been on the phone with him before we got on it.
Just document what you're doing, Shane.
Yeah.
Just film what you're doing,
Good lad.
He'll hear me never saying that. He's an absolute baller as
Oh,
well.
what a player.
I brought him to the Hinge. I said it was maybe this time last year.
Yeah.
Himself and his partner. And he hadn't played in 15 years or something, or a long time. And he went out and just shoots 2 under.
Yeah.
30-mile-an-hour winds. You're like,
yeah,
Shane, I love you, but I really hate you right now.
Yeah. Stop it.
Stop it. What do you say to the pros, maybe, who say, I don't have time, or that's not for me, or and are they missing out? What are they missing out on? What big opportunity are PGA Pros missing out on if they don't do a
money?
Little bit? Once a week, money,
True
story.
Money, exposure. Like if you would have said to me, when I got into it, we're going to play Pinehurst because Golf Pride had taken us out there. So it's before
nuts, isn't it?
This will sum it up for you. So before I started YouTube and any form of social media, I hadn't really played any golf in Scotland. My dad's very much similar. He'd spent that much time coaching. He'd not played a lot of great places, or done much travel to go and play golf. So I was like, I really want to go and play St Andrews. I know a friend up there. And it was just before we were going into lockdown. I was like, well, I'll do it. Do it round about January, February, because I go up, film a bit of content. Didn't do it. Came out of the 2 lockdowns. Channel goes starts taking off. I got then invited.
Lugas,
got invited to go up to Scotland to go and play Kings Barnes and film at Kings Barnes. We did Glen Eagles, and I was like, huh? So it's those sort of things, and I was still doing all my coaching content at that point. So it was the opportunities and the people that you meet through it as well. I've got great mates who I've met through socials now. So not only are you going to expand your coaching diary, your knowledge, you'll get some great experiences and make some great people along the way. And yes, it is going to take time. I was coaching 50 hours a week we'd do 4 days and film on a Monday as well, but come home at 10 at night, then start editing till 1, 2 in the morning, then get up and go and start coaching at 9 again. So it's everyone's got time. And yes, you will be busy and there's things, but it doesn't, you just set a schedule that would match what you're able to do. Don't think that you have to do a video a day. You can do 1 a day, and it just gets you out there and,
1 a week.
Yeah, do 1 a week. Yeah, 1 a week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, whatever it may be that fits your schedule. And if it, helps promote your golf coaching as a PGA Pro, it might be, getting a new member at your club, or, selling something in your shop. I could not go back to being working in a club now. I'd rather go and work in Tesco's. Yeah, I'd go and work in Tesco's before I'd do that, because it just the old dreary sort of pro that sits there, waiting for someone to come to the door and, oh God, it's hard out here, and that you think, no, the world's changed. Get involved and see what you can get from it.
No, a good example is of having a social presence is and I'll forget his name now, so I'm on my phone. I know his first name, but not his second name. Is I wanted turn the phone off airplane mode. Hopefully, my wife doesn't call me when I do the podcast. Yeah, I have his name now. Is obviously 4 golf clubs sponsor this podcast. I have a 13 club. He's never done the putter, right? So the putter's free game. So I wanted the lab. I wanted the lab. I had Scotty Cameron, right?
Yeah. You've gone to the Church of Lab.
Edition. Gone to the church, but I was like, I went so far as doing the videos to send online. I never sent them in. I was like, no, I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know how heavy it is. I don't know what grip I want. I'm particular enough. Ask my wife. But I was flying over to Leicester for work, and just going back. This is all about social media presence for PGA Pro. It's not Paddy's long tangent of story. But I was like, I'm finished work at 5. And like you said, traveling, I had nothing to do that evening.
Mm.
So I was like, is there somewhere near Leicester I could get fit for a lab? So I just Googled lab putters, Somershire, right? And Stephen Fitzpatrick came up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was on the tarmac in Dublin at 7 a.m., booked online, and I found him on Instagram. Boom.
Link or whatever.
The booking link, yeah. And there you go, straight to the website. 6 p.m. that evening. Job done.
There you go.
There you go. So he got business from this Irish lad, this rando, because he had a social media presence. And on his feed was like the high resolution images that the main company send out anyway. He was like posting them, like now available in Pro Shop now, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was very light touch social media presence.
Yeah.
In terms of, it wasn't like videos and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It was like he was posting the pictures he gets sent in his inbox.
Yeah.
Every week from the manufacturers.
It's likely, like what someone said to me, you can either, when we started, like when I was doing the coaching videos back at Trafford when I started, it was like either pay to go in the newspaper, and you'll need to probably spend £1,000 a month to get any notice around Manchester. You can pay to go on the radio, or you can get your phone out or a camera that you've got and do it. It's going to cost you your time, but then you can upload it for free, and you've not spent a bean. And there you go. Like, no one listens to the radio really for golf lessons, or no one reads a newspaper anymore. It's all on your phone. So that's the
Shea Brennan down near Peterborough. But yeah, and lovely gentleman as well. Really passionate about his job and helping golfers and helping members. So on that point, what simple starting steps would you recommend to a PGA, like to Shane, right, who we both know, whether that's reels or like consistent pictures or YouTube shorts, just sharing their teaching philosophy online?
Yeah, I guess it's, have a little bit of a plan of what you want to do. If you stand there with no plan, you'll just stand in front of the camera just churning out word spaghetti for some time, because you won't know what you're doing or what you want to say, and it'll be a little bit nerve-wracking. So, pick your platform that you want to get on. I would say, for ease, probably Instagram's the easiest one. You can just get your iPhone, whatever it is, out now and point it at yourself on a little tripod and, note down, whether it's, if you are a golf coach, right? My name's Matt. I'm the pro at X. I'm doing golf lessons. Here's my thoughts on the grip, and then just bang out 10 videos on the simplest tips that you could do. And you've got 10 videos, you've got 10 weeks there if you wanted to do one. And then you go from there, really. And then as you start to do more and more, it's like anything, isn't it? You start at the gym day one, you probably feel out of place and not lifting the heaviest weights. 10 days down the line, 10 days down the line, you're throwing tin with the best of them, and you're confident, and you just, it's repetition, isn't it, and consistency, and having that plan and knowing what you want to do. And if you're a good coach as well, I think it's already ingrained in you, because like the beauty of being a PGA Pro and giving lessons, you talk to people every single day. You talk to strangers. So just pretend that the phone is a lesson that you're talking to, and just tell that phone how you would change their slice. Pretend that they've got a hook or a duff or whatever it is, and just, there you go. You already do it with an actual human. So a little metal box should be a bit easier.
Handier, yeah. And they don't talk back, those little metal boxes.
Well, yeah, some of them do now with Siri.
But like I do for like whatever content ideas, like I don't have time for brainstorming with 3 kids and a wife and a full-time job. I use ChatGPT. I'm like, so if I was a pro, I'd be like, I'm a PGA professional. I want to put out I'd be typing this in. I'm a PGA professional in Dublin or Somershire, and I want to start how I coach a business, posting content online. Give me 10 topics on golf instruction that I can talk about, and give me the 30-second scripts for those.
Yeah, boom. Done. So easy. God, they've got it easy now. We didn't have that when we started.
Easy now.
Yeah.
Conscious of your time, because you're probably going to have to record a video or script a video or spend some valuable time with the family. 19-hole confessional, formerly known as the Quickfire Round. Are you ready? What is Matt Fryer's walk-on song?
Oasis Supersonic.
Gym or pizza?
Gym now. Absolutely love
I
pizza
say,
though.
I think on my personal bio that no one can find, it says, eat pizza or I eat pizza between gym sessions, something like that. Hat, visor, or bucket hat?
Hat. Yeah, can't wear a
Most
visor
embarrassing.
being a bald man.
You can. Do you see your man in the internet thing? He wears a visor, but like this big, looks like a towel or
Oh
comes his
yeah,
shoulders. See that,
yeah,
mate?
yeah. Not sure what's
I
going
didn't
on
watch any.
there.
I just saw some of the clips. But maybe you could do that.
Yeah, I think
Throw
I'll
on
give
some
it a
big
miss.
tea towel on.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing golf moment that never made it to YouTube.
I don't know about that one. They're all pretty much out there.
Good
like
man.
like
Authentic.
like hooking it off the first at the Open qualifying, like first comp in 3 years and straight out of bounds. Brilliant. Yeah, that's out there.
No, we'll take it that you're fully authentic and everything gets posted.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore or Tin Cup?
Happy Gilmore.
What's your most ridiculous on course or golf superstition?
Superstition. Like I always have to have the tees and everything. Like ball markers in the left, tees in the right. I'm trying to. This is a weird one at the moment. What hand do you pick the ball out of the hole with?
Always my right one.
Yeah, left for me. But I watch golf on TV and they all pick it out with the right. So I'm trying to change that at the moment.
Walk or cart?
Walk.
One course, we'll say UK and Ireland, that's totally underrated.
Underrated.
Because I don't like saying hidden gem. I think that's an overused term.
Yeah.
It's just totally underrated.
Totally underrated. I think like everyone knows it, but I think West Lancs doesn't get the plaudits that it should, because that is a beast of a golf course.
If it wasn't for you and Andy and Peter and Shields, that wouldn't even be on my radar. I'm like, I need to go there. That looks epic.
That is considering that its neighbours are Birkdale, Hillside, Formby, Southport and Ainsdale. That for me is one. One that we played actually the other week, Sutton Coldfield. Never even heard of it properly. Someone had mentioned it in passing. I thought they were talking about the Belfry. We turned up and played there. Incredible.
Nice.
So yeah.
Those two on
and I tell you one that we've had on the channel, Halifax.
All right.
Yeah, Halifax Golf Club. Yeah. Mega.
Which I'll add those three to the short list for when I'm going over for work. But I've got a 2:00 meeting for 4 hours. Which golf YouTuber or coach would you love a rematch with?
A rematch?
Or a match with?
Yeah. A match, yeah. So a match. Who would I love to play? It'd be one of the pros, I would think. I'd like to play Shane Lowry, to be fair. We actually did a pod where I said he was my most. Our pod released this morning, and I said he was my most disappointed player of the year because I expect so much from him because I think he's just a legend. But yeah, him or do you know who was one of my other heroes growing up, Padraig. Absolutely love Harrington. Like I've got photos like when I met him as a kid, and yeah, I'd love to film with him.
Class. Oh, I see. He seems to be pretty open. So once it's the off season for the All Senior and DP World Tour, I'd say he might have to come over to South Dublin there for that one.
Yeah.
Driver or putter? If you could only keep one.
Putter, can't hit driver.
Who should I have on next? And what's one question I have to ask them?
Who should you have on next? Who would I like to listen to? I think like an interesting coach. Like, do you know? Oh, actually, I just binged his Instagram. David Woods, creator of the Pro Sender with Sean Foley, and ask him his greatest teaching accomplishment.
I write these down.
I'd love to. I'm going to try and get him on ours. I think he posts some great videos.
Doesn't he have like Justin Rose?
Yeah, Jason Day. Yeah.
Oof.
That's one person I'd like to play as well, Rose.
There you go. This is a hypothetical question now. So second last question. You are celebrating something, right? So let's just say qualified for the Open, right? And you're having a dinner to celebrate that feat. Don't
Yeah.
see it's coming to your channel next year. Maybe it is. But you've celebrated with family the night before.
Yeah.
So partner, kids, dad, extended family, cousins, aunts, they're all taken care of the night before. So you can have whichever 6 people you want at Matt Fryer's candlelit dinner. 3 people down the left, 3 people down the right, dead, alive, fictional, whatever. Who are they?
Just be my close mates. Just be, like, if I've
Great.
done that, I'm just not bothered. I'd have Shane there. I'd have my best mate, Ben and Win. Then my missus, my dad.
On the left.
Yeah. My dad, my missus. And then probably just another one of my friends, really.
Oh, deadly. Oh, that's dead on. Thanks very much for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you.
What's next for you? Any new series, tips, projects that we can look forward to?
So we've got we're carrying on the My First Win series next year, because I obviously wasn't successful in that, but I've definitely got a hunger to play and get better. I've got like a real sort of bug at the minute for improvement in my own game. I played a lot of time of like in the reds and just playing YouTube matches that didn't mean anything, and golf not getting better. But yeah, doing that. We've got our club champ matches. Going to be filming some of those over sort of the new year, taking on some club champs, and then some budget golf courses that we're doing.
100%.
And then also launching another coaching channel as well.
Oh, what can you tell us the name of it?
It's called Golf Skills. Golfskills.com. I own. So
I'll have to look out for that then.
Yeah.
Matt Fryer, thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure.